What's up, everybody? This is Carmine Davis, and you are watching and listening to the Carmine Davis Show. Okay, what the fuck is up? Let's get into these hot topics. I gotta go. I gotta get to the gym. I got a therapy session, all that kind of stuff, and it's a lot to get into. Okay, but before we do, make sure you guys subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. I don't do it for my health. Like I told you, I'm supposed to be on hiatus right now, but there's just been so much going on that I do not want to miss a thing. And I don't want to miss a thing. And we're just going to get into these hot topics. Again, subscribe, rate, and review this podcast, and follow us on all of our socials. Instagram.com/Carmine Davis, Instagram.com/Carmine Davis Show, Twitter.com/Carmine Davis, TikTok.com/@Carmine Davis. Let's get right into it. Okay, the man that we've been following, Diddy. Okay, report. Diddy planning on settling the score with friends who've gone silent as he faces legal troubles. It hasn't been a good year for Diddy. You know, Diddy is facing accusations of physical violence, sexual abuse, and sex trafficking. The music mogul is reportedly out for revenge. It's up, okay? A bombshell report claims that Bad Boy Records founder has been secretly getting ready to come for the A-listers who have deserted him, RadarOnline.com has learned. He's nursing a grudge against collaborators who've gone silent amid his illegal battles, a source squealed to the National Enquirer. Questions linger over the whereabouts of the stars he helped elevate, like Jennifer Lopez, Usher, and Justin Bieber, who have distanced themselves from him. In the aftermath of the shocking allegations and a raid by the Department of Homeland Security at his mansions in Los Angeles and Miami, the 54-year-old music legend is said to be doing a slow, steady simmer while keeping tabs on all those who turn their back on him. Diddy is preparing for a fierce legal battle to clear his name, a Music Insider added. Once vindicated, his focus will shift towards settling the scores with those who deserted him when he needed them the most. RadarOnline.com has reached out to Diddy's rep for comment. Meanwhile, the list of high-profile names Diddy will reportedly be settling the score with after his legal battles are put to bed continues to grow daily. As the outlet reported, former Bad Boy rapper Shyne, who's known for being a political leader in Belize, I didn't know that, recently confessed in an interview that the Rodney Lil Rod Jones lawsuit against Diddy reopens wounds for him. Shyne claims he was the fall guy for 1999 New York City shooting in which 3 people were injured after an argument between Diddy and a partygoer broke out. While Diddy was charged with gun possession and bribery, he was ultimately acquitted. Shyne, who has maintained his innocence, was found guilty and served time behind bars. Following the news of Diddy's multiple lawsuits, shooting victim Natina Rubin released a video in which she reiterated her claim that it was Diddy who pulled the trigger. It opens wounds when you hear, the victim saying that, it was Diddy that shot her. And that was triggered by a lawsuit from a producer, Lil Rod, that produced on the Love album, who was making the accusations. The former rapper said in an interview with Channel 5. Shyne added, but it certainly reopens the wounds that I've been saying this all along. Everyone knew all along that I was the fall guy, but my political enemies and, detractors try to make me into, the criminal. But everyone knew that I was a young kid that took the fall. Woo! This is messy boots. And I mean, Diddy, and then him wanting vengeance is so Scorpio of him. I mean, and then all of this is Scorpio of him. Like, I just think that him taking the fall for things that he actually may have done, allegedly, and expecting his friend to take his side about something that I think collectively they all knew that he was doing. And elevating their fame and fortune was the only thing that could really make them turn the other way. But now that these people are up and they probably are indifferent about what happens to Diddy, and we're in a time where justice is kind of served, you know what I mean? Justice on deck, like an ace of spades, baby. And allegedly, you might be getting what is due to you for 20, 30 fucking years. Leave a comment below if you feel like Diddy's friends should be there for him. Should they take a side? Should they speak out if they know something? Or should they stay quiet? I don't know, but leave a comment below and make sure you guys subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. We don't do it for our health, and make sure you guys follow us on our socials. Instagram.com/Carmine Davis, Instagram.com/Carmine Davis Show, Twitter.com/Carmine Davis, TikTok.com/@Carmine Davis, and then we're going to go on to the next hot topic. This is from LoveyScott.com. K.Michelle accuses Tamar Braxton of throwing subs and jabs with black country remarks. I'm so over them. This is going on. I think their beef is probably bigger than their work at this point. Like, I'm kind of over it. The R&B singers reignited their long-running feud this weekend. The Tennessee songstress called out the Braxton sisters for what she believed were subliminal shots thrown her way during a recent interview. The Calling All Lovers singers appeared on the 100th episode of We Sound Crazy podcast last week, where she was asked her thoughts on Beyonce's Cowboy Carter album and the black artists within the country music space. I think that black country is so necessary. I'm so happy that people with talent who can actually sing country music that are black people are finally getting the recognition they deserve. Braxton, 47, began. I just really appreciate Beyonce for opening the door for all the other black artists that have rode that wave behind the floodgates. She then went to compliment 3 black country artists, though she couldn't recall their names, before adding, because there was some who should not have been singing country. There was some who shouldn't be singing country black music. That was awful, and it was concerning for me. I'm not trying to be funny. It just didn't sound good, and you got to make sure if you're going to step into a new genre of music and represent for us, you got to represent it. You got to represent. It got to be right. You could click her the link in the description box to watch that interview. Considering their past tension and K.Michelle's years-long pursuit of country music, many included the country love song artist assumed Braxton's remarks were about her. Imagine you keep playing with someone who's minding their business. Then boom, they sick of you. One tweet and screenshot, and it's over for you. K.Michelle 42 tweeted Sunday, April 28th. I don't pull stunts raggedy in, I pull cards. She then tweeted a loud cackling hyena before sharing a photo of Muppet, and insult she used to hurt Braxton regularly during the peak of their feud. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at this picture. Braxton, an insult she used to hurt at Braxton regularly during the peak of their feuding in the mid-2010s. Oh, God. If this hurt her as much as she claimed, like, if the Muppet is, why do you keep fucking with this girl? Why do you keep fucking with this girl? You know K.Michelle's crazy. And she is just minding her business. But we're going to get into that. Okay, hold on. After fans began to tag both ladies within the thread, Tamar replied to a follower who came to her defense, explaining that she was not referring to the former reality star. At Tamar Braxton hers, not talking about K.Michelle. We've been down this road before, and I'm sure neither wants to revisit that, wrote the fan, with Braxton adding, I absolutely was not. I said a few artists. I pay homage to Beyonce for bringing positive attention to country music. There are people who I don't address and don't mention shade to keep mess away. Where was all this chatter when my song went number 1? I mind my business and go to work. Braxton, what song went to number 1? Okay. Braxton went to reply directly to Michelle. I wasn't speaking about you. I would have said your name. I was speaking of country black music that I have heard before that I didn't enjoy. I wish you the best on all your future endeavors. I only want to beef with the devil. The end. She was definitely talking about her because she know that girl's been trying to do country music. And if she didn't feel that way, she would have just been like K.Michelle. You know what I'm saying? Or, she could have just left it alone. The question was, about Beyonce's album, and I think Beyonce does a great job. A lot of black artists are doing a great job. When you're a shade person, deep down, when you are throwing shade. Now, every time, it's not always clocked, especially if you're good at throwing shade, right? As a shade connoisseur myself, sometimes you're just speaking and you want to say what you want to say. You know what I'm saying? And hope that the people who get it, and the ones that don't, and they leave it alone. That's one of the things about shade. Sometimes that's innocent shade. Like, you don't mean to hurt people's feelings. You just want to say what you want to say. Get the girls who get it. Wink and go on about it. But when you're clocked and when you're a real bitch, you got to sometimes leave it, let laying dogs lay. You know what I'm saying? And girl, you know who I'm talking about, would have been a simple response, or it's nothing at all. It was what you thinking in your head, baby girl. Leave a comment below if you get where I'm coming from. Was Tamar talking about K.Michelle? Did K.Michelle jump the gun? Leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. We're going to move on to the next hot topic. But before we do, make sure you guys subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. You know, I don't do this for my health, honey. And follow us on all of our socials. Instagram.com/Carmine Davis. Instagram.com/Carmine Davis Show. TikTok.com/@Carmine Davis. Twitter.com/Carmine Davis. All the stuff at Carmine Davis or whatever. Okay, so this is from LoveyScott.com. Say what now? Britney Spears is in danger of going broke, report. Britney Spears is reportedly facing a significant financial and mental challenges. Britney Spears is in serious danger on both the mental and financial front and is doing way worse than she was under the conservatorship. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ. As for her mental health, our sources say Britney is completely dysfunctional since the conservatorship ended. She has no supervision and, according to sources, has radical mood swings that we're told are shocking. We're told she's almost totally isolated and it was put to us, dangerously unstable. We're told the few people who remain in Britney's life say she was doing much better when she was under her conservatorship. As one source said, she had a lot of freedom in the conservatorship and the restrictions were there to protect her. She's not protected anymore. Our Britney sources are angry at what's happening since the conservatorship ended, saying she's gotten absolutely no justice and that involves her finances. We're told Britney has been spending a fortune and is in real danger of going broke. Our sources say she's been going to French Polynesia, staying at the Brando, and spending close to $1 million each trip between private jets, hotels, staff, etc. She goes every 2 months. We're told she also goes to Hawaii almost monthly by herself after taking private jets, staying in the presidential suite at the Four Seasons and dropping $350K a trip. She cannot afford this. She had $60 million on the conservatorship ended, and she's now where the conservatorship started, in danger of going broke, one source said. As we reported, she paid $4 million to her attorney, Matthew Rosengart. TMZ broke the story. Britney has settled with her dad, Jamie Spears, after Rosengart vowed to pursue him for alleged financial misdeeds. We're told Britney did not get a penny from Jamie, in part because everything Jamie did was court approved. In fact, Britney ended up agreeing to pay Jamie's legal bills, which totaled around $2 million. Short story, she's running out of cash. Okay. I want full disclosure. This is coming from a Britney Spears stan. Okay, Britney is a part of me. She raised me. Okay, when you see me, know Britney is my mother, my absolute mother. I love Britney. She brought me through so much as a teen, you know, a gay queer teen, as a creative, all those things. Britney has brought me so much joy, understanding. I see myself in her. So full disclosure, I'm stating this as a fan. However, I'm also, as an adult, as a real person, someone who has been through some things, who understands, who has a little bit of an understanding. I don't know much about Britney's mental health, but I know I actually have a therapist appointment in 20 minutes. So I do have a little more understanding of the mental works. It's something that I have studied and I take seriously. Mental health is something I take seriously to a certain extent. It's something that I am striving towards myself. So I feel 110% that the things that Britney Spears are doing are things that Britney should have been doing as a superstar all the while she was working. Right? When she was bringing her net worth of $60 million. We talk about Britney's net worth like it's not plausible for someone to live off of $60 million. Sure, we think of Britney Spears on the same level as we think of, you know, those are like J-Lo or Beyonce. They should be having that kind of money. Right? But let's think reality here, okay? Britney, as a person, $60 million is enough for her to live forever, right? Britney is not doing well. She has gone through an extreme amount of trauma. 20 plus years of trauma. So if she wants to take a trip to Hawaii every 6 months or 3 months and spend $2 million, I think she should be able to. Because the thing is, right, in these times, nobody is financially safe, but I think Britney Spears is. Britney will never go broke. Britney's never going to go broke. And I think no matter how mentally well she might be dealing with things. She might be breaking down all the time. Shit, bitch, I'm working with people who I know are not mentally stable. That don't mean that we gotta have someone conserve them. Bitch, these people are living with their mothers and nobody's paying attention to them. And they are living, okay? Nobody's stopping and making TMZ posts and think pieces about what they're doing. And these people are wilding the fuck out, right? In real life. So Britney taking and doing what she's supposed to do as a millionaire, someone who's proven 40 plus years of being able to work, maintain. She has some bumps in the road, but so does the average person. So that is the reason why the conservatorship should be ending, because Britney's mistakes are Britney's mistakes to make. If Britney wants to go broke, Britney should be able to go broke. But the difference between you and me and a bitch like Britney Spears is never going to be broke as long as she's Britney fucking Spears. Now, I get the fear, when you have celebrities like Amanda Bynes and other celebrities who we've seen spiral and downfall, and we don't want that for Britney, right? As a fan, we don't want to see Britney doing that. And then you hear about Britney getting $1 billion fucking to release a book that costs chaos, controversy, and the world to stop. And it's proof that Britney Spears knows what she's doing. No matter how well she is, no matter what she's got going on, Britney knows how to make a dollar, okay? And if she wants to go and spend that money and make it back, that's the same thing that every other celebrity is doing who has less than her. And if they have more than her, they don't have her name. So, and we don't really know what Britney Spears has. I feel like she's a very smart, clever woman. And I think Britney will be fine. And we'll be watching her. Prayers for Britney. Pray for her. Leave a comment below if you think Britney is spiraling. And think before you do this. Make sure that you're not spiraling as well. Okay, baby? Make sure you're good before you make a comment about Britney. Because I still have yet to see, and it's probably because I'm a Mississippi girl, I see girls like this all the fucking time losing custody of their babies. Losing, getting put out their mama's house, fighting with their parents, in and out of legal trouble, and they're fine, right? Like they're something else, but they're just country girls. We're gonna move on. Before we do, guys, make sure you follow us on socials: Instagram.com/Carmine Davis, TikTok.com/Carmine Davis, at Carmine Davis, Instagram.com/Carmine Davis Show, Twitter.com/Carmine Davis, and I think we got enough time for one more hot topic. Okay, I'm gonna squeeze one in because I love y'all. And I got like 15 minutes before my therapy appointment. So let's go. LoveyScott.com reports. Say what now? Man arrested after admitting he goes to Starbucks drive-thru naked to see the pretty girls. Oh, they got a picture of him. Why would I sleep with him? There's I say this and I mean this. One thing about me, bitch, if I find him attractive, there's something wrong with him. And I think this man is attractive. If he pulled up to my window and I worked at Starbucks and he was naked, he could do it every day. I'm just going to give him what he wants, take a look, and let him drive off. Okay, let's go to this hot topic. It seems that Starbucks employees at the Broken Arrow drive-thru had no trouble remembering Michael Billingsley's order. Perhaps it's because his visits were so, unforgettable. With his unique approach to drive-thru etiquette, he certainly left a lasting impression. Now, the real question is, did they know his order because of his frequent visits or because they couldn't get the image of him out of their heads. Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. The Starbucks on West Kenosha is closed for renovations, but before the construction started, a man was arrested after being accused of driving through a Starbucks naked multiple times in Broken Arrow. That is crazy, said Alexandra Moore, who works across the street at a music studio. My students or their moms go over there to bring them coffee or stuff. I think they would be pretty disturbed themselves. According to an affidavit, a Starbucks employee said Michael Billingsley was making his way through a drive-thru and hopped out of the car naked while waiting for his drink on March 30th at 6 a.m. The victim told Broken Arrow police that Billingsley was 100% naked and said that this was the second time she knew of this happening at the store. On April 6th at 6 a.m., the affidavit said it happened again, and this time the manager noticed Billingsley was also watching porn as he drove. On April the 9th, police presented the victim and the manager a lineup of photos. They both positively identified Billingsley as the suspect. The document said on April the 9th, Billingsley went to the Broken Arrow police station for an interview. He admitted to going to the Starbucks drive-thru multiple times nude as the expeditionist to see the pretty girls who worked the window. He said he did it at a Starbucks location in Tulsa. It left such an impression that people working there knew his order of large iced Americano. That is my drink. Sorry, it's me shouting like I'm a fan of this girl. Okay. Broken Arrow Police Information Coordinator Ethan Hutchins said it's disturbing. Yes, it's disturbing. It's unfortunate that someone would do this to employees who are just trying to make a living and have to deal with someone doing this, Hutchins said. Billingsley was arrested and booked into Tulsa County Jail for 2 counts of indecent exposure. He's currently out on a $4,000 bond. Honestly, I think mental illness is at an all-time high, especially going through the pandemic, and he just needs some help, Moore said. I know that's right. According to court records, Broken Arrow police believe there may be other victims. If so, they ask that the other police come to the police station. I agree. Mental health is at an all-time high. He does need some help, and if he needs to talk to somebody, I'm his girl. Now, all jokes aside, right, this is crazy. This is a little crazy, and people need to kind of be more mindful of their sexual practices. People are doing a lot of crazy stuff, some of which, I would not watch. If you guys find his OnlyFans and drop it off in the comments, somebody needs to pay that $4,000 bond, and I'm here to support. But I think people have to get that what's good for the goose is not always good for the gander. Now, on the real, like, all jokes aside, if he would have pulled up on me, I probably would have looked and would have been like, y'all need to call the police on this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, this pervert. Like, but, he's handsome. That doesn't make it right. Leave a comment below if you understand where I'm coming from. He's kind of handsome, and he got a little body. And I can tell from the nose. One thing about me is I can tell a dick a mile away. Like, features, I'll always be able to guess a dick size. I am, like, always correct. The only people who really fuck me up are Indian men. Is that racist? Sometimes their features and all that don't always translate beneath. And it's not just their feature, like their nose or their hands. Sometimes you can tell about a man's personality, how big his dick is. Or all those things collectively, I could be talking to a man for 3 minutes and immediately know if he swinging or banging. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's a swing or a bang. Like, I know. Like, I always know. I know dicks. Seen enough of them. And this man looked like I would not mind him pulling through me personally. But if my girls are disturbed by it, I'm going to support my girls. We're calling the police on you. I'm cool with, my shift is at 6 a.m. to 10. I do this drive-through. If you want me to come and see, you just want to be seen, come and see me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool with it. Go straight home, no. No kids, no nothing like that. But I'm cool with it. You got my little wink and consent. You know, I like to see a little thing. Make my heart race a little bit during my shift. You know, I know my cutie's coming through with his naked ass. Michael Billings is getting the tall Americano. That's my drink too, iced Americano. Tall. I like a little splash of milk, but he could be my splash of milk. Leave a comment below if you guys, I'm going to get ate up, but leave a comment below if you get where I'm coming from. And that's the show. Make sure you guys subscribe to the show. Follow us on all our socials. Instagram.com/Carmine Davis. Instagram.com/Carmine Davis Show. TikTok.com/@Carmine Davis. Twitter.com/Carmine Davis. I gotta get ready for therapy. I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.